Right then guys, how's it going and welcome back to another fantasy football video. Game week 2 is over, game week 3 coming up. I say game week 2 is over, it's actually not. I am ahead of the game today. We still have West Ham to play Leicester tonight, but I've got quite a busy week this week. I've got my predictions video out tomorrow. I am going to the cup game on Wednesday, and then by Thursday it's a bit later than I normally like to put this video out. So we are early this week on the Monday before the week's actually finished. But we'll take a look at how my team's done so far, and I'll let you know what I'm planning on doing this week. But as always, first we will take a look at my league. So thank you to all of you who are already in. Anyone who hasn't joined yet, be sure to do so. The code will be on screen, all the links in the description. You can see here that although West Ham and Leicester haven't played yet, Jerry is still sat at the top spot after the first 2 weeks, 188 points. No hope for Simon. Well, you might have a bit with 93 points this week. That is a cracking week. And then as I say, as I scroll down, you are all doing much better than I am. So thank you for getting involved. As always, if we keep going down, as I say, we still have one more game to go tonight. But as it stands, I have had a red arrow this week down to 687th in the league, 45 points. Again, 45 points doesn't sound like much. My biggest problem was I picked the wrong captain. I'm not too disappointed about it, but that's the reason why I haven't got too many points this week. Again, you can see a few names on there who have just joined the league, so as I say, if you haven't already, please do jump in. Let's take a quick look at second place, Simon with 93 points there. Edison in goal, Diaz, Alexander-Arnold and Tsimikas at the back. I mean, you're not going to pick a better back three unless you'd have Duffy in as well, as if he is on the bench. I've no doubt, I can see you've played the free hit. I've got no doubt you've put him in there just for the low cost. You did not realise he was going to score and get an assist. So you've been unlucky he wasn't on the pitch. Mahrez goal. Mane, great captain pick. Greenwood looking really good. Value has already gone up. Still Ben Rama to go. And then Ings and Mapai goals. So yeah, well done to you. As I say, I haven't done quite as well this week. Let's jump straight over and take a look at my team. So as I say, I got 45 points. I mean, I am disappointed with my captain choice, but really, it was always going to be either Salah or Fernandes. When Salah didn't score in the opening game on the Saturday morning, I was a bit worried because I thought a lot of people will also, it'll either be Salah or Fernandes. Thankfully for me, well, I don't know, thankfully, unthankfully, if he got some points, it still would have been good for my score. But it wouldn't have been nice to see that the other captain choice I had, maybe I should have picked him. But anyway, I should have picked, well, Tsimikas really. But Jota and Mahrez, I spoke about this last week. I was worried about these two for game time. Jota started and he scored. Again, got taken off, but after 80 minutes this time. So he did get some decent game time. Mahrez didn't start, but came on for 15 minutes and got a goal. So again, these were the two big worries going into this week. And depending on how they're done this week, were going to be the main two players I was going to look at to bring out, transfer out, ready for game week 3. However, if I stick to my word, they've both played, they've both scored. They both have difficult fixtures in game week 3 with Man City taking on Arsenal, Liverpool taking on Chelsea, but they've both... Did Mahrez score in the first week as well? No, he didn't. He scored this week, but Jota has got 2 goals in 2 games now. So despite there being a tough fixture, despite there being playing time worries, I don't think I can take them out. Let me know down below whether you think I'm wrong. Is the fact that Mahrez played 15 minutes this week means he'll start next week? Can Klopp really leave out a Jota who has scored 2 games in a row? So, yeah, the alternatives I was looking to bring in instead, again because of the fixture swing, was Son for Spurs. and Ben Rama for West Ham. So let me know down below, who would you rather have? But again, it's not just one game week though. It's for the season. And although I did feel a little bit risky bringing these two guys in, they've kind of done me well so far. So I don't just want to throw them away. In terms of my defence, Tsimikas again, 11 points. The £4 million Liverpool defender with 11 points. If only I'd had Alexander-Arnold as well. Although then I wouldn't have had Salah and Fernandes because of the price. But look at Tsimikas, 6 points, 11 points. He's actually up to 4.1 million. And I think by the end of today, already on Monday, he will be 4.2 before the end of today. So if you want to put him in, do it quick. However, I think his playing time is coming to an end, to be honest. Robertson was on the bench for their game against the 2-0 win over Burnley. Now they're taking on, as I say, Chelsea. Is Tsimikas going to start? I watched the game against Burnley and he was really good. Not only did he help towards getting the clean sheet, but he also picked up himself an assist. And he works really hard and he looks really good. And honestly, I think if they took him out to bring Robertson back in, it will be really harsh. But you've got to play your best players. Chelsea's going to be a really tough fixture. The only thing is maybe they'll play half and half, but that is not what you want for a defender, because you need at least 60 minutes to get the clean sheet bonus if they can get one. So he is also a worry for me. I think just risk it and start him and hope he plays at least 60 minutes, or do you just take him out now, put him on the bench? I think he will get game time this season because, as I say, he looks really good. But I think we are not far away from Robertson being the main man again. He's 4 million. If he's going to sit on my bench for the rest of the season and pick up a few points every now and then, I think I've already won off him off the first 2 weeks at the price tag. I was always going to have a £4 million defender who didn't play. That might become him now that Robertson's back. Digne got 0 points, 2-2 against Leeds. He has not lived up to what I'd hoped for. They've conceded both games. Hopefully he can pull his socks up soon. Taking on a Brighton side who have won their first 2 games. I don't think it's going to be easy. Sanchez with another clean sheet and goal, which is fantastic. Shaw, unfortunately unable to get the clean sheet, but did get himself a little bonus, so that was a bit of a reward there. Wilson, Newcastle looked pretty awful against Aston Villa, to be honest. And as a Newcastle fan, we are back at home against Southampton. I think Wilson will get at least 12 goals this season. It's just having to wait for it and wonder about it. You know, you look at Antonio, who's looked really good in his first few games. Wilson did get a goal within 5 minutes of the season starting, but since hasn't looked as great. And Tony, again, 6.5 million. Brentford have looked good. I didn't see the Crystal Palace game, but they looked good against Arsenal. Now taking on Aston Villa. He's not there to throw away just yet, but it's these kind of little decisions, which is why you take your wild card in game week 5 or 6. I'm just giving it a little bit longer, but I don't want to give it too long. You look at the players like Lukaku coming in now. I really do not have the capability to bring him in. His price is already going up tonight as well. To bring him in, I'm looking at having to remove one of Salah or Fernandes, which I don't really want to do yet. So these are all changes I'm looking at, but not just yet. Let me know what you think down below. Hopefully Tony can score a hat-trick tonight and get me a few more points on the boards. Basuma bringing in 8. If only he'd been on the pitch. But again, really, he's just that 4.5 million midfielder who's going to sit there and get the playing points, really, if he's called upon. So, in terms of transfers, as I say, the main ones for me were kind of the Mahrez, Jota, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I've got to leave them in and see how they do this week, even though it's really tempting to kind of, let my worry take over and bring on 2 players who I know are going to start, who I know who are going to have easier fixtures. But in terms of possibly going more long term, I'm leaving them in for now. Has their price changed at all? I don't think it has. Oh, Jota's price has actually gone up by 0.1. Mara's is probably about this. It'll be the same, is it? Yeah, it is. Someone whose price who has gone down is Target. I put him in for Aston Villa, expecting him to start. That shows my Aston Villa knowledge. He hasn't started. He has gone down in price. And Ben White picking up an injury as well. But to be honest, Arsenal did not look good against Brentford in the opening game. I didn't see the Chelsea game, but seeing the loss 2-0 and that Ben White didn't play. It's illness. It's not actually injury. Illness. But even so, now taking on Man City, I think his price might go down as well. So I'm actually looking at possibly taking both, but definitely one of these 2 out. And the worry that Tsimikas might not start anyway. So if we just look at what my team looks like right now in terms of picked players, the captaincy's still on Salah, but I think I would probably go Fernandes. Just again because it's Chelsea, it's a tough fixture, and again there's some tough fixtures across the board, to be honest. Sanchez at home against Everton, who have got a few goals so far this season. Defensively, do I leave Tsimikas? I'm going to leave him in my squad. He's going to stay in my squad, but am I better off, as I say, making a change for one of these defenders and putting him on the bench just for the pure fact that if I can see him starting because of how well he played against Aston Villa. Sorry, it wasn't Aston Villa. Who was it? Burnley. I can see him starting because of how well he played, but it would not surprise me either if he came off after half-time for Robertson. And if that happens, I might as well have not started him in the first place. Or he starts Robertson to get his fitness in and then brings Tsimikas on to play the last 30 minutes. And again, if that happens, that is not the enough points that I want. Do I risk it and let him and leave him on? But it's Chelsea anyway. Are they going to get a clean sheet? So I'm very tempted to not transfer him out because, as I say, he's not worth the money. I've got 5 million sitting in Target down here. I'm better off of transferring him out. The midfield have all got tough fixtures again. Jota and Mahrez are a worry, but I think I'm just going to roll with the punches and see what happens. And then in terms of my front 3, that's probably the only position I'm feeling quite confident about. Wilson back at home against Southampton. Again, he's on the pens. Hopefully Newcastle can have a good VAR decision this weekend because we didn't at the weekend. Antonio's been looking good. We'll have to see what happens with him in the Leicester game tonight, to be honest. And let's not forget there are cup games on this week. So maybe you're better off waiting on your transfer because you don't want to transfer someone in who maybe gets injured during the week or even tonight. And then Ivan Toney, as I've said, his days aren't numbered, but I knew it was going to be tough for him coming into the Premier League. As good as Brentford have looked good, he hasn't put the ball in the net yet. So I'm not going to overreact, but I think it's definitely one to look out for. And then I am going to just quickly touch on transfers because, you know what, I'm going to show you this first. I mentioned it last week. I'm going to hit refresh. If you want to get far too into it like I do, the website is called fplstatistics.co.uk. So they basically monitor the ins and outs of transfers. I know this is quite a long video and I'm probably going to bore you a little bit longer with this one. They already predict that Lukaku's price is going to go up tonight. So if you want to miss out on that 0.1 increase, put him in now. As I say, Tsimikas is going up by 0.1 million tonight according to them. So if that happens, I don't think he's going to play. So if you want to be really smart about it, you could put him in, and then by that point he'll be 4.2. Take him out. You've made yourself a little bit of extra money and put someone else in. Amity is a popular choice at 4 million for Leicester. Again, starting centre back. His days are slightly less numbered because of the fact that they're still waiting on, is it Evans to come back from injury? Vestergaard as well is potentially a worry for the starting position, but he has played the first game. Again, we'll have to see what happens tonight. If he plays tonight, that's a little bit of helpful info. And if you really want to get onto the £4 million defenders, we've already spoken about Duffy, who has played both of Brighton's opening fixtures and got himself a goal this week, and another £4.4 million defender who has come to light is this Livramento. Played both of Southampton's opening games. He's gone slightly more under the radar because, unlike Duffy, he didn't score a goal and everyone's gone crazy and shoved him in. I actually think this guy might have the best long-term potential for a £4 million defender. As I say, Tsimikas, yes, he's going up in price, but Robertson's on his way back. Amity's played the first game, hopefully play tonight, but again, they're waiting on Evans, they're looking at Vestergaard, he might be on his way out. Duffy, again, he has started, but I'm pretty sure he was not predicted to start this season. And they've got some injuries as well. Veltman's injured, along with Byrne and obviously Lamptey. So, how long has Veltman got left? Oh, he's in isolation. So yeah, once he comes back. Whereas this Southampton lad looks like he might be the real deal for a £4 million. So, as I say, in terms of transfers, I am tempted to get White out. I'm a bit annoyed that Target's gone down, and it may well be that he goes down even further. So I could actually just go, I could just be crazy and just go Livramento and Amity. Who's got the better fixture? Leicester take on Norwich. So maybe I should just go for it and see if I can get a cheeky bit of time out of Amity before he potentially gets moved out. And that way it means I can keep Tsimikas. In theory, that is £4 million played defenders. And I mean, I know it's not enough, but for 1.4 million in the bank, it's not quite enough to get Lukaku, but it's definitely enough to... Oh, it's nowhere near. Yeah, I'd still need to take out Salah off Fernandes, but I think they're both good options at the minute. Who does Southampton play? Southampton play Newcastle, so it will be Wilson against my own defender. So yeah, I'm not going to do it yet. As I say, there's still a game on tonight. I want to see if Amate plays. I want to have a bit of a look at what happens in the cup games this week. But I will be looking out for, as I say, these changes. Amate looks like he may well go up in price tonight. These changes happen at 12 PM at night, by the way. It says that it's 100% going up. It's not 100%. It's just, it may happen. So it may not, it might, if you want to keep an eye on this. It's just if you've got exactly 4 million to spend and you want to get a Marty, you're better off keeping an eye. So this video has gone on way too long, but as I say, let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think about Tsimikas. I'm really confused as to why that many people are putting him in and his price is going up when Robertson is on the horizon to return. Am I right to keep Jota and Mahrez in, or should I look to move them out? I think Jota's look good. I think it's just the Chelsea fixture that's scaring me a little after how good Chelsea looked. But I think if he's getting, the game time over Firmino and he's scoring, you'd imagine he's going to play. So yeah, I think for me, it's definitely going to be a transfer, because I have 2 transfers right now. So I need to use one of them, and then I'll have 2 again next week. Yeah, when you carry one over. So I don't want to waste a transfer by not using it. I think using 2 transfers might be a little bit overkill. But again, if White and Target aren't playing, then maybe I should go for it and just make the 2 transfers. So yeah, I'm going to stop there. Let me know what you think down below. In terms of transfers, it's nothing too crazy. Very disappointed that Salah and Fernandes both blanked, and I think it'll be a tough one again for Salah and Jota this week. So I think it's probably going to be Fernandes captain. But yeah, hopefully that's helped you guys in some way, shape or form. Hopefully the 4 million stuff, defenders, has helped. As I say, that Southampton lad looks like he could be a promising one for a long-term player in terms of Amate, Simicast, Duffy. I think less long term, but if you're planning on wildcarding in game week 6 or 7, maybe you could try and use them and get some use out of them now. Possibly even gain a few 0.1 millions that might help you in the long term. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe if you want to see more fantasy football. Predictions video will be out tomorrow night, so look out for that. And yeah, thanks for watching as always, and I'll catch you later.